What is up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Punch Club. So the last episode was basically me just like fixing all of the issues that I had created by playing the game and not knowing what I was doing. We got it all sorted out, and now we're back on the fast track to being a champion. We are the champions, you fighters. I gotta change the lyrics up a little bit. I don't want Freddie Mercury's ghost to sue me. That's a scary thing. I'm not down with being sued by the supernatural. If we could keep it corporeal, that would be my preference. We might as well work a little bit longer. I see no reason not to do so. We're gonna get a little bit of stat loss in there, but oh well. It is what it is. I could sit around and be upset and complain about it, or we could just like get after it and just hope bad things don't happen. There. So we didn't get robbed. We got enough money to last a little while. I think we should be able to put in a pretty good training session. All of our cooldowns are going to be reset on all of these random machines. So we're going to go with our speed bagging. Then we're going to go to heavy bag. Then we're going to go to jump rope. And that's going to be our daily regimen. Hopefully, by the end of the day, that should allow us to get some things done. I don't want our strength to go up too high, but I'm definitely thinking we're going to need 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 agility to get out of this league. We're going to have to start working towards better abilities as well, because as you saw in the last fight, our efficiency in fighting is severely hampered by the fact that we are a weak, fast character. You know how we got the perk at the beginning of the game, and we didn't get to choose it? They changed that in a patch 2. Now you get to choose. You can either have strong arms, strong legs, or a small frame. So you can choose to be dodgy, you can choose to be kicky, or you can choose to be punchy. So as of right now, there's 2 choices. Actually, I guess there are some kicks in a strength build. There's not a lot, but there's some. Strength builds tend to be mostly like punching, but there are a couple of kicks in there. So either way, you can choose to have really strong punches, really strong kicks, or you can choose to be really, really evasive and hard to hit. It's your call. It's however you want to play the game. Obviously, this is a game all about choosing what you want to do and fighting in a way that suits your particular preference. I like agility characters. I tend to play bruisers, though. I tend to play characters that are yoked out and ready to just like choke somebody out the first time they look at them wrong. Those big haymaker punches that you can hear around the world. And a little bit of accuracy tacked on just in case. We're going to need to sleep, and we're going to need to eat really, really soon. I think we're probably going to lose that 6. Let me see if maybe I can do some agility training to hold that 6. Because that's all that I really want to hold right now. I just want to hold you, little beautiful 6, little 6. Alright, so we'll go back home. We don't want to spend much of this money. Got a little bit of FUD in the fridge. Not a lot, but enough. And then we're just going to take a nap, and we're going to hope that this 6 holds so that I don't have to retrain it tomorrow before we fight again. Today should be a day that is full of fighting and full of revelry of the violent sort. You do lose a lot of stats in this game. It's not a mechanic that I like because I work out a lot. I run a lot, and I go to the gym a lot. And if I take a week off, I don't see myself losing gains or anything like that. It's not that big of a deal. However, in this game, every single day you lose huge chunks of a meter if you don't stay in the gym. And so I think they did it to extend the game out and to make it last a little bit longer. I want to get that 6 back. The difference between a 5 and a 6 is actually pretty major in the Rookie League. Don't finish your training day, though. He'll make you pay the $10 again if you try to... Maybe we should just fight now. Let's just fight now. Whatever. We're up against Gordon again. This time our stats are a little bit better, but they're not that much better. But we have a new ability. We can bring in high kick. And so there it is. We have options. We have options, which is always good. These are fairly inaccurate. I think we're going to need a lot more agility to make that thing happen. But I don't know. We'll see what happens here. I think Gordon may be a challenge for us. We may struggle with him a little bit. It depends how dodgy we decide to be today, I think. If we just keep eating kicks to the face like that right there. He's got good agility, so our chances of dodging him are actually fairly limited. Gordon's kind of our 2-beat guy right now because he's hitting harder than us. He drains his stamina faster than we do just because he's running a lot of strength. And running a lot of strength on an agility build is kind of a risk. It means you're going to hit harder for sure, but it also means that you're going to gas out really, really quickly because it makes those agility abilities super expensive. There we go. That's what I like to see. Got that triple dodge in there. Sometimes I wonder what affects how many times in a row you get to attack, because he just attacked us 6 times in a row, and then we attacked once. I don't know what controls that. I think it's purely RNG. Like, I'm like 90% sure that it's pretty much RNG. His stamina is what's propping him up right now. If his stamina was a little lower, when he got knocked down, he wouldn't get so much energy back. That we're just not landing hits. That's really kind of that's the sad part here, is that we got to get our agility up higher so that we can outclass this guy a little bit and stay out of his way and dodge him a whole bunch. We're going to get knockdowns, but since TKOs aren't a thing that are enforced in this game, unfortunately, yeah, we don't get TKOs or anything like that, so still going to lose every now and again. Still going to lose. We'll re-sign up. It's okay. Our training is not going, you know, as fast as I would like it to. Our training is going, but it's not gone. It's not like out of the stadium, you know, on the upper deck or anything. I think the 6 probably would have helped us, but the thing is, I didn't take the 6 because if you take a fight while you're in the gym, which it's going to force me to do at the end of the day, it kicks you out of the gym after the fight, so then you got to come back in and pay another $10. And since money is actually our limiting reagent right now for all of our activities, in the beginning of the game, until you start making money, money is going to constantly be the biggest threat to your stats, because every time you work, your stats start to drain off super quick. And so I tend to avoid it like the plague. There we go. Let's speed bag for a little bit. I'm trying to get this agility up to 9 or 10 is what I'm working towards. There are going to be abilities like Rice Eater that we can get out of our skills tree that will allow us to train certain stats faster. I would recommend, let's do some multi-purpose training real fast. I'd like to get stamina all nice and evened on out. The heavy bag, in real life, if you're actually planning on training, you should get some heavy bag training. Heavy bag training is great. It's fantastic cardiovascular exercise for anybody. Just make sure you're doing it the right way, because you don't want to roll your wrist or anything like that. So if you don't know, have somebody show you how to throw a punch properly, a boxer or martial artist or somebody like that who trains on a heavy bag. Once they teach you how to throw a punch properly and how to rotate through a combo properly, the heavy bag, you can be an experienced runner, an experienced cyclist, whatever, and the heavy bag will burn you out. Heavy bag's tough. Most people don't last a minute on the heavy bag the first time they do it before they're sweating like a hog. Do hogs sweat? I know a lot of animals lack sweat glands, so sometimes when I say things like that, I think my metaphors or my similes might not quite be accurate, but what are you going to do? There are no bad guys to beat up today. Well, that's a shame, because we could use some happiness. Let's go ahead and we're going to drop in a little bit more food. We're almost out of cash, though, for the moment. We might need to take the next... We might need to fight the next fight in the Underground League to earn some cash. $10 left. Let's go to work for a bit. Our stats are all in fairly solid places right now to where they're not going to fall off in like one day. And I think we've got a fight pretty soon, so that should allow us to even out the happiness loss. So if we work through today, I'm hoping we got enough to earn at least 110 bucks though. Ah, come on. Energy, don't fall off on me. Ah, damn. Okay. That's unfortunate. I was hoping that wouldn't happen, but it did. Let's sleep for a bit. I think we're going to lose our stamina. A little bit of a downer. Stamina affects your defense. I know a lot of people are being like, why do you need stamina? The stamina affects your defense. It doesn't really affect your energy pool or anything like that. What it does affect, though, is how hard you get hit. And so if you got people throwing 40 damage strikes, having a stamina that's fairly comparable to, you know, what a champion would have will make it easier for you to suffer those blows and not get knocked the hell out. I think we'll probably be up against somebody easy today. We dropped ranking down to 7. This is going to be a good opportunity for us to get some skill points, though. Let's get that stamina back up to 4 real fast, doing some one-arm push-ups. I don't like doing one-arm push-ups. My elbow makes a weird cracking noise when I do it, and it annoys me. Alright, so we're up against Dragon Ray. He's basically got the same stats we do, so it's going to be a toss-up. His abilities are not anything to write home about. We've outclassed him a little bit as far as agility goes, so technically we should win. But I've lost, for example, last night I had 10, 10, and 6 as my stats, and I lost to a guy who was like 5, 6, and 5. Sometimes RNG just gets you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Sometimes the other guy makes all the right dice rolls, and you just make all the wrong dice rolls, and you just get your ass kicked by somebody that you're like way out of their league with. If we can drop his agility a little bit with some of those leg kicks, you see right there that little debuff we're giving him when we leg kick him? That's what we want to keep up and running. If we could also gas him out, that would be great. But our chances of gassing him out are actually a lot lower since he's an agility character. His strength is not high enough to warrant him. Well, actually, he's using up a lot of... He's using up some energy there. I think we might have a fight on our hands. We might have a chance. Just depends how much we keep burying that leg in him. There we go. There we go. Keep working him. Get him, Booty Botto. No, don't take those kicks. Come on. You are just wasting your advantage right now, pal. There you go. Work him. Check that jaw. There's a lot of kicking going on in this fight. There's a lot of kicking going on. I feel like somebody need to throw a punch just so I can feel better about it. Come on, get him. Catch him with that sweet footy science. That pedicle pugilism. I know you got him. Look at this guy. Look how generic he looks. He's you, but with black hair. He's trying to steal your style. He's trying to rock your fade, dude. Don't let him steal your Caesar do like that. That ain't right. You spent all weekend getting this shit taken care of. Looking fresh as hell when you leave for the club after the fight. He's trying to jock it right now. He's trying to steal your style. 3 HP. Get him. Get out. Yeah. And so we win yet another fight. 7 skill points out of that one. Got ourselves $20, which is definitely going to help with our work situation. Letus is good on salads, but also let us spend some skill points. Let's see here. Do not fall down is not that big of a deal, but I'm trying to get to backhand punch. Backhand punch is going to make it so that we can just work fools. It's only going to deal like 7 damage, minus whatever actually. So if we went after Meat Runner and we went after... We'd have to get our strength up to 4 for that one, so maybe we won't take muscle memory. Still, stamina might be a good call for right now. So taking the 8, then taking that. Well, the reason I mention it, although we need to work our way to Way of the Tiger too. Let's just stay on our main path right now. We'll stay on our main path. Do we have another fight today? You don't get to see who you're going to fight in here, which always makes me nervous because I don't want to catch an injury when we're trying to train. Injuries can be problematic. I don't enjoy accruing them. There's that. Let's go buy some food so that I know exactly how much time I have to play with here for training. If I don't have at least like 4 solid days, yeah, so we don't have a lot of cash right now. So, looks like it's back to work for us. Unfortunate. Very unfortunate, but we were about to cash in another $50, so that actually kind of explains it a little bit. It'll be okay. We just got to get things done. We got to work that jackhammer again. Mess up that lumbar. Make that spine hurt a little bit. And then if I can get this up to like $150, $200, I feel better about the amount of money that we have. But we're almost out of energy, so it's not going to matter. Let's go ahead and stop that off. What do they want me to do right here? Oh, we got to sign up. Okay. We forgot to sign up for the last round, and so unfortunately we're going to lose even more stats because I got to go home and sleep for a little bit. It's okay, though. You're going to come across these little... stop blocks that you're going to hit in the gameplay. Training's tough in this game. Training is tough, and it's not a thing you're going to accomplish overnight. The game is going to have some repetition to it, and sometimes you're going to struggle. I'm going to sleep for half a day, too. Damn. Eat a couple of steaks. That'll get us back into the gym. Pay that entry fee, and then I'm going to get on the jump rope for right now to get our main stats back, which are going to be stamina. And also, our lovely, lovely agility, which if we can't maintain that, we ain't maintaining nothing. I'm going to leave him on this machine right now, as much of a machine as it is, so that maybe... let's go multi-purpose real fast for a little bit. Let's hit a little bit of everything, because that 2's starting to get me worried, too. And I didn't mean for that to be punny. It just sort of happened that way. It just sort of happened that way. Don't judge me. I've always wanted to get back into boxing or kickboxing. When I was a kid, I used to box my friend next door. His dad ran a boxing dojo or a boxing gym. And so anyways, on Friday and Saturday nights, because both of his sons, when we were 15 or 16, they've been boxing their entire natural lives since they were 3 or 4. They had all the equipment, and they had like a little mini setup ring, and so we would have neighborhood boxing fights in the backyard on Fridays and Saturdays, where like we get home from school at like 3 in the afternoon, and then we go over there, and the 2 kids that he had were both boxers, so they would pick people and train them for the day, and then that night we would spar with each other in like these little kind of backyard rumble type deals. And so anyways, it's a lot of fun. It's a thing I remember fondly about being a kid. But, where was I going with this? I don't remember. Since that time, I haven't boxed at all. There's a boxing gym right here in town. I need to sign up, but I just don't have the time. Like, I'd really like to get back into the sweet science and start doing it more frequently and more seriously, but sometimes it just don't work like that. Sometimes it just don't work like that. Things don't line up the way you want in life all the time. That is the unfortunate consequence. Do things while you're young when you have infinite time. Because once you get older, believe me, that time gets eaten up by like random activities that you don't even want to do. That's like the biggest part of being an adult, is just doing shit you don't want to do all day, every day. It's like, man, when did my life transition like this? And slowly you come to realize that it's just the increase in responsibility that you've got. You've just got things that need to be taken care of because now people are counting on you. When you're a kid, like, nobody counts on you. Unless you have like an extraordinary upbringing where you're like raising your brothers and sisters or something like that. We got another fight today. Let's get in the ring. Oh, we're fighting our friend Roy. Roy actually kind of has crappy stats, so I think we got this one. I don't want to sound too cocky, kid, but I think we got ow. Until he rope it. Ow! Roy! Pull some punches, man. We're friends. He's like, aha, I tricked you into seducing my sister so I could be angry at you and use it to fuel my fire in fights. He's going to gas out really quickly, though. I'm just letting you know, he's going to gas quick. He's a strength character, and strength characters don't do well in the beginning of the game. There are certain like requisites that strength characters need in order to be efficient at all, and he just doesn't have it. There we go. Get those kicks in there. Uh-huh. You know what my favorite cereal is? Kicks. Kicks to the leg, kicks to the head. Dennis Alexio. Dennis Alexio. Did I finish my story about Dennis Alexio? Oh, when I was a kid, there was a guy that was from my area, like from my neighborhood. He like worked at the factories and shit like that, named Dennis Alexio. He's a kickboxer, and he was like a 6-time cruiserweight world champion. And he's from he was a really, really big deal where I live, because he was like one of the people that like got out and like made it and became like a multi-millionaire badass, and he did it by punching people and kicking people. He was a kickboxer. I saw him fight a couple times. When I was a kid. It was pretty sweet. All right, Roy, it's time for you to eat the pavement here. I need you to just get out of my way and allow me to be the champion. Me, I'm the champion. Roy buddy. Oh man, one more round. And you will get hit in your face. Yay, and so we get our Corona-bounded win. We've got 6. That doesn't mean we get a beer with our win, although that would be pretty cool. All wins at boxing should come with beer. Go for backhand high punch. And so we'll work that in. Now that we've got that, Rice Eater is going to be the next thing that we're going to go to, because it's going to allow us to train agility 20% faster or 15% faster, 15% faster. We'll get Way of the Tiger after that, which is going to increase our dodge by a stupid amount, and then it's going to make agility abilities hit a little bit harder. Basically, you kind of want to make a beeline for whatever your strategy is going to be. If you're going to be a strength character, you want to get to Way of the Bear as fast as you can. If you're going to be a stamina character, would not recommend it. Way of the Turtle needs a little bit of work right now, in my experience. It's not fully ironed out just yet. I'm going to wait to do the ultimate fighting. I know I can do it now. I think we could do it now. I need to eat first. I think we could do it now. But I don't want to take any risks, because we're making really, really good headway right now with our stats. And so if I can just keep training and keep signing up for fights and winning and or losing and getting stat points, it'll allow me to get up to Way of the Tiger. And once we've got Way of the Tiger, life should be a little bit easier. Cause it's the Way of the Tiger, it's me kicking your face. Cause it's stinky and it's shaped just like a football. Alright, let's go, and we're going to do some stamina work today. We're going to keep on that agility. Keeping on with that agility. If I can get it up to 8 or 9, we can actually maybe cakewalk our way through a lot of fights and make a lot of money really, really fast. And so that's what I'm going to lean into right now. Agility and stamina training. We are going to have to do some multi-purpose training after this stops right here. And that's just going to be to maintain our 2 in strength. We're not going to be a strongman, but we're definitely going to be basically like Mr. Fantastic. We're going to be rubbery as hell. You're not going to be able to get a hand on us. Going to be all over the place. I'm trying to think of who was like that. Maybe Forrest Griffin. Forrest Griffin, I remember him being sort of jumpy and dodgy and all over the place when he fought. I was trying to think of a fighter who was known for their ridiculous agility and not for their strength. Muhammad Ali was quick. Muhammad Ali was dexterous. But he was also pretty strong, and so it's hard to use him as an example, because I'm looking for somebody that was, like, not ridiculously ripped out, but was just so fast that most people couldn't put hands on him. Although Forrest Griffin, maybe not. It's been a while since I saw him fight, so maybe I'm not remembering things properly. Your memory gets shady when you get old, too. Your memory begins to, like, fail you, and you start remembering things in the wrong order. You start embellishing things randomly just to make it sound more awesome. That's why old people are good at telling stories. It's because they've become prime bullshitters over the years. Bullshitting is a skill. You gotta pick it up. And if you don't pick it up to put it down, I don't know. You don't learn how to bullshit in your life. You have to learn it at some point. Bullshitting's a pretty important skill. I know I probably shouldn't say that because there's kids watching, but you'd be pretty impressed with some of the shit I've bullshitted my way through. It's amazing what you could accomplish with no qualifications or anything else if you just like bullshit your way through and use Google. Bullshit to get the job, then just Google every single time you have a problem. You'll be fine. Learning how to look something up is an important skill too. If I can get that 7 up high enough to maintain, we are going to be really, really, really solid here. Like rock solid. Let's multi-purpose because I'm worried I'm going to lose that too. And I just can't live with myself if I have 1 strength. 1 strength's kind of embarrassing. We are going to have bad HP. That's one of the downsides to not having any strength, is that your HP is going to be kind of dookie for a while. There's not really a whole lot that I can do about that just yet. We're going to have to speed bag to keep that 7, I think. Otherwise, we gonna lose it, G. And I can't stand losing it. If I lose that 7 now, it'll take away the biggest part of me. Ooh, 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 7, please don't go. Cool. I think we have a fight today. Yup. It's time for us to play the rope-a-dope with some suckers. Who are we fighting today? Ooh, Salvatore punches. Mismatch. Boo. Mismatch. He's the number 2 fighter in the league. Oh, never mind. Salvatore's in 4th place somehow. That's weird. Normally Salvatore's like number 1. Well, we're still going to get our ass kicked. This guy is actually the hardest guy in the league. Mr. Kakusi, actually not that difficult. Salvatore punches, however, will break your skull open. This guy is rough. Since we're going to lose the fight either way, what do I want to do here? Let's eat some food and then I'm going to work for the rest of the day. Because we need to make use of the... It's going to give us some freebie... It's going to give us some freebie happiness. We're going to get happiness for losing the fight. Because our character, I guess, enjoys getting punched in the head over and over and over again. And so we might as well earn a little bit of money while we're on the circuit, you know. Make the best of a bad situation. I'm actually going to spend money on the bus for once. I almost never do, but I'm going to do it this time. If I can get another $100, we're going to lose this fight. We're going to lose ranking, so it's not going to matter. I'm just going to try and bang this out real fast before we lose everything else. Alright, so we have to fight him right now. Salvatore punches is going to hurt us. He's going to hurt us badly. This is not going to be a fun day for us. I would be really surprised if we beat him. It would be a fluke. It would not be like a legitimate you won. Yeah. He's going to go. It's because he's got this ability right here. Roundhouse kick is very, very strong. He's also got wind flow dodge, which is like stupidly good. Wind flow dodge is like hardcore. Once you get wind flow dodge, your life gets so much easier because nobody can hit you. You see how many dodges he's pulled out right there? The joys of wind flow dodge. We hit him once, but yeah, Salvatore punches is, like I said, boo, mismatch, boo. Sign up again real fast. We lost our, well, that's not too bad. I think we'll be okay. We got enough money right now to last for a little while. I may use the bus for a little bit. I don't know. Something's got to give pretty soon. We have enough money to go buy the speed bag for our house right now. I don't know if that's our wisest decision, though. Trying to decide how I want to do all this. Whether I want to grind up cash right now and try to get our home gym going. If I'm going to risk getting robbed, though, that's where you run into issues. You got 40 bucks. Yeah, go over here. We'll see what'll happen. Let's work real hard, and we're going to see if we can get ourselves a home gym. My name is Splat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerdcast for the next episode of Punch Club. I will see you in the future. Things are going well. I think we've definitely got stuff to work on, and we're going to have some difficulties in the future. But at some point, you're going to have to lose stats in order to work. That's just part of the game. So if we can stay on it, we'll maintain our superior agility. We're going to lose some strength. We're probably going to lose some stamina. But I'd like to start aiming for some of the gym equipment. So I'll see you next time. Hi to everybody.